guys, go ahead.
Nice shirt.
Thanks. Yeah. Now I feel obligated to ask a question. I don't really have one. Does it feel good to be, back home after this winning streak you guys were on the road?
Yeah, I think we're excited to be back home, no question. I think 5-game homestand, nice for the guys to settle in a little bit, get some rest, and got some evening games, some afternoon games, so we're looking forward to it. It's a good time of year to be home, especially with the weather the way it is in Colorado.
Coach, you mentioned this before, but talking about how the guys that you brought in at the deadline were well coached before, but have you ever experienced guys maybe so seamlessly making a transition? It feels like a lot of the times there's some growing pains after the deadline, but this group has sort of inserted themselves very smoothly.
I think added pressure to get dialed in when you're coming to a good team with high expectations and you're eager to prove to your new teammates with like just a short window of regular season come that I think the players, number one, will immediately put a high importance on doing things the right way and trying to get dialed in systematically. And for the guys that we brought in, they're veteran guys, so part of the message is play to your identity, and that's why we brought you in here. So it's not, I don't think it's unheard of, but we're really happy with the way our guys have kind of come in and been able to help contribute right away in a bunch of different areas.
Coach, we were just talking to Casey about where he came from. He had never been on a playoff push or kind of in this intense part of the year. How do you think he's handling that, the upped expectations and upped pressure, coming to this group? I
think he's doing a great job. Like, number one, we all know the skill and ability that he has and his, offensive prowess, but like on the defensive side of things, he's been rock solid, so expected goals for percentage in all the games he's playing is just upticking better and better. Big night against Edmonton, again St. Louis, they were good, Vancouver. Like, I just feel like he's getting better and better, and now that he's got like the steady line mates and Lecky and Drew, that they're starting to take off as a group a little bit too.
We're down to the final month of the season here. You talked about kind of nitpicking things in the game now. How close to where you want this team to be start of the playoffs would you say they are today? Depends
on which game you look at. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but if you're looking at the Edmonton game, it's pretty darn close. That's what playoffs are going to look like. That's the closest game that we played to a playoff-style game against a really good opponent that was playing the exact same way they want to play. And it was right down to the end, and then that's the way we can expect playoffs to go. So it's going to be a fine line, but I don't know if it's realistic. We got to play like we did against Edmonton every game the rest of the year, but we certainly want to try to be as close to that as possible and possibly even better than that.
Good, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Weeks here in your belt with the group, just kind of how are you feeling and just getting acclimated?
Yeah, I feel good, feel better every day, more comfortable in the room.
Obviously, you've been in a playoff team before, but what is kind of the intensity like in this room here? There's always a lot of talk of these guys maybe practice at kind of a little bit of a different pace.
Yeah, definitely a little bit different atmosphere. Everybody knows what's the total goal, and so obviously win the cup. And put a little bit of pressure on the shoulder too, but it's been good so far.
What's it been like playing for Jared Bednar? You kind of play the way that he likes to see the game played.
Yeah, I think he's very calm and confident and trusts his players a lot, and that's what I like about him.
For you, what are some things you've had to make sure you have in your game to fulfill Jared Bednar's wishes, I guess?
Yeah, I think I play the same style I played in Nashville here. It's like straight lines, go to the net, bring it back to the net. Obviously a little bit different role, play center here, but I used to play it a long time ago, and not the hardest adjustment, so it's pretty good so far.
Coach Bednar talked about how he's really impressed with your face-off ability so far. Considering it's not something you've played your whole career, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I actually played all my life until minors. I was playing center, and used to be good on that. And we're working on face-off. Skill coach helped me, and yeah, doing good.
Playing with Ross and Miles Wood, what has that been like for you? Three kind of energy guys?
Yeah, it was very good. Just one game though, but had a couple of scoring chances. It didn't go in, but very good skill guys. Can skate, can pass, can beat the guy one-on-one, and enjoy plays.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It's, we talked about before that road trip. I think we were even at 500 before this road trip, and we wanted to get the road game a little bit better. You know, I feel like we've been really good at home, but on the road we had been more inconsistent, I would say. Like, we had some good games and some good periods, and then inside the game we've been losing the momentum. And I think we did a good job with that in the last road trip. So obviously happy with the results.
Does it feel good to start getting on the scoreboard some? Like, you've been picking up points and stuff, but you get a handful of goals, you get hat-tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I obviously try to help the team that way, offensively, when you play a lot and play power play and stuff. So, you know, try to help the team. I think guys are playing really well. We have good four lines now, and everybody's rolling pretty well. So, you know, so we just gotta keep building it, because not that many games left, and we have some tough teams we're gonna face here in the near future. So we just gotta keep building the game to even better.
A couple of tight games after the trade deadline with the addition of the new guys. Do you feel like they've got it figured out? They've got the system. They're coming ingrained in the team now.
Yeah, I think so. I think they look comfortable, all of them. You know, they're making plays. They're reliable defensively. You know, I feel like so that's exactly what we need from those guys and from everybody. You know, to be difference makers, but also just be reliable on the defensive side of it.
Coach talked yesterday about how you guys are nitpicking certain things in your games to really kind of get to that next level, and that you guys have played really well, but there's still another level.
For sure, yeah. I think there's still little details we can get better at. You know, nitpicking is probably the right word. You know, some stuff in the video that you might not do earlier in the year, because there's bigger things in so many games. But now the games start to matter even more, and so you gotta get. If you want to win, you gotta get everything in order, kind of all the little things like details coming back to our D zone and stuff like that. So because those are gonna matter in a 7-game series against a good team, so it could be one bad change and it's the series. So I think, yeah, those are the things we talk about.
How important it is to get these 5 games at home that keep the ball keep rolling?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, I feel like after the All-Star break we've been on the road a lot, so nice to be home for 10 days or so and settle in at home a little bit and play 5 games, you know, and try to build even momentum at home even better. But yeah, it's good to be home for sure.
Coach also talked about
for sure. Like you said, my first time, so just trying to stay focused and, you know, control the things that I can control and go from there. And usually things work itself out.
What's it been like to integrate yourself into this group that does have those high expectations and, you know, they get after it every practice, morning skate?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not too tough. I think the leaders do a good job, and there's obviously a ton of leaders in this room, and I just follow them and try to work as hard as I can and do my best each day.
Coach put you out on some big draws in the St. Louis game. I guess, how does it feel to kind of start gaining that confidence and knowing that they believe in you at the dot?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, something I've worked on and something I still need to get better at for sure. So, yeah, but anytime, you know, you get the feeling of a little bit of trust, and especially with a new team, it's big for your confidence, and something I'm hoping to do more of going forward.
Thanks, Casey.
Thanks, guys.
Casey, you did a Meet the F segment where you said The Dark Knight was your favorite.
Yeah.
Where do you rank the other 2? We were talking about this in the live room.
The Dark Knight Rises for sure next.